Hello and welcome back to another episode of White Album 2. We are currently playing through the closing chapter. So Izumi finally finished her paper, thanks to Haruki, pretty much all thanks to Haruki. And he's now kicking her out because he wants to talk to Setsuna. Of course, he's not telling her that. Let's see how she handles it.
Eh?
The delay between my question and her answer catches me off guard, slowing down my reaction.
興味ある？
いや。
あるんだ。私が家に帰りたがらない理由、春樹的に気になっちゃってるんだ。
She's at it again. Despite looking so depressed, she suddenly peeks up at me and stares intently at my wavering eyes.
そう、私幼い頃から母親に虐待されててさ、背中なんかあざだらけで。見てみる？
That's really not a cool thing to be lying about. Like, that's actually really terrible.
いや、それが嘘だってことは確信してる。理由は言わないけど。
After all, you took your top off in front of me not too long ago. There's no way I'd forget that beautiful, silky smooth back of yours so easily.
じゃあ、義理の父親に性的虐待を。
Jackie just, dropped so many points in my book. You don't joke about these kinds of things. That's awful.
もし本当だったら、今からお前の家に怒鳴り込むけどいいんだな。
いやー、私のこれからの生活のことも考えてくれないと。春樹が一生面倒見てくれるってならいいけどさ。
今のがもし完全に事実だと証明されたら、いろいろな方法で全面的に援助は惜しまない。
Suing for damages, scholarships, and protecting her from possible slander from others in the event that the news spread to the public. To name a few. I'd protect Izumi from any further wounds and do everything in my power to prevent her existing wounds from opening up again. Honestly, Haruki is such a busybody. Yes, this is a beautiful thing, but he wants to do this for everyone in his life. And that's why he's just avoiding tackling his own problems, because he can fix everybody else's problems instead of his. Just not healthy. Because, after all...
ごめん、今のも嘘。
俺じゃなくて本当に虐待で苦しんでる人たちに謝れ。心の中でいいから。
Yeah, honestly, kudos to Haruki for calling her out on that. The odds of losing that gamble was ridiculously low anyway.
やだな、もう。どこまで私のこと分かっちゃってんのよ、春樹。もうなんての？惚れた弱みっていうか？
さあ、帰ろうな。駅までなら話の続きも聞いてやるから。
I swear, Izumi's house is somewhat far away, sure. But does that really warrant her acting like such a brat?
まあ、当たり前といえば当たり前なんだけどね。うち、義理どころか、実の父親もいないし。
へえ。
母親と二人暮らしなんだけどね。これが結構仲悪くて。
へえ。
だから基本家じゃ寝ないんだ。大学とかネットカフェとか春樹の部屋とか。
最後のさも一般的なことのように言うのはやめてくれ。一度だけだろ。
Just one time.
家には着替えを取りに戻るくらい。帰っても1時間もいることないな。下手に母親が帰ってきたらすぐ喧嘩になるし。
That's really sad. That's honestly terrible. Can you imagine, the household being so toxic you can't even stand being in the house?
でも、洗濯してくれてるんだろ？
ハウスキーパーさんがね。火曜と木曜に来るから、その日が狙い目なんだ。
What is this?
さて、今度はどんな風に論破してくれるのかな？
Why does it sound so unspectacular, so commonplace, almost as if I'd heard it somewhere before?
とは言っても、実際のところこれで話終わりなんだよね。脚色できないと途端につまんなくなるな。
No, Never mind the fact that it sounds familiar, this feeling of not wanting to give up welling inside me is why her story makes me unnecessarily uneasy. My left hand brushes against my cell phone again. Since I told her not to wait up too late, I should at least report the progress of my paper to her before the date changes. No, it's not really because of a sense of obligation or anything, it's just that I have something I want to tell her. I'm yearning for a conversation, to be connected with her.
Izumi.
It's about time. Still. I'm not sure if what I heard just now is the truth, a lie, or simply a misunderstanding. It was just another bunch of thoughts she blurted out on a whim.
お前、やっぱさ。
However, I'm sure the last train will definitely leave if I keep listening to her. And I won't be able to tell her to go home or anything similar when that happens. That said. Alright. And we are going to save it there. It's time to call it a day. Okay, then just as you requested, congratulations, Kitahara Haruki-kun. Ah, my brother yelled at me just now. I guess it's a bad idea to light a few celebratory firecrackers when it's already past midnight. And when he saw the wine I prepared in my room, he even said that I was going way overboard, with a face of complete shock. Well, enough about that. I guess we can start enjoying winter break now, without having to worry, huh? Do you have any plans for the break, Haruki-kun? Are you going to be working part-time like always? I remember you saying before that Christmas and New Year's are always great for making money, since most people aren't working. Is it the same this year too? Have you thought about just relaxing through the break at all? I don't really mean anything by that. I'm just a little curious, that's all. Yep, no other hidden intentions at all. She's so cute. She's so adorable. Currently finishing my first class and about to pour my second. Thanks for the congratulatory text. I still have finals in the second term, but since I already have the credits I need, I'm more or less guaranteed to move on to my fourth year now. The paper was quite a challenge, but it helped me get some insight on how to tackle my graduation thesis, so even though it was quite the struggle, I managed to get something out of it after all. But more importantly, shouldn't you slow down a little, Setsuna? Didn't you used to get drunk after just a single glass of wine? You do plan on waking up tomorrow, right? Sorry, Professor. I don't have an answer to that question yet. Time for the third. Oh boy. I told you you'd get drunk. Your writing is all over the place, you know? Stop drinking already, okay? I don't want to be responsible for any other weird things you might end up writing. What do you mean weird? Is me asking about your winter holiday plans really that strange, Haruki-kun? I just thought that if you don't take part in some more lively events like skiing or shrine visiting once in a while, you'll go senile in no time, Haruki-kun. I love the tilde. Didn't you say that you didn't mean anything when you asked that? You used didn't twice there, you know? Doesn't that sound weird, Haruki-kun? And here I thought you were a literature student.
やかましい.
Gah, stop being so picky. You got angry. Haruki-kun got mad while trying to lecture me. This is so fun.
切れてね.
Aww. I'm not mad. You should go to sleep soon, Setsuna. You won't be able to wake up otherwise, you know? Yeah, I feel all woozy right now. I even promised to go shopping with my mom in the morning, too. Hey, should I give you a call and wake you up in the morning? Please do. Aww, she gets to wake up to his voice. Good morning to you too.
本当に今まで寝てたか?
Aww, their first, good conversation in years. Years, that's so crazy. Hearing Setsuna's voice for the first time after an entire week is so... how should I put it? I'm probably feeling the same things she is right now. Nostalgia, joy, and just a touch of pain.
皆さんおはようございます。
おはようございます。
本日の早番ですが、ホールが中川さん、島本さん、飯山さん、杉浦さん、キッチンが下田くん、服部くん、佐藤になります。ホールはランチタイム終了後から順次休憩に入ってください。キッチンはヘルプが来るまで待って。ああ、それで杉浦さんですが、無事研修期間も終わり、本日から正式に入ってもらうことになりました。杉浦さん。杉浦さん。
Go, Haru.
一応一言お願いできます？
はい。これからも今まで通りよろしくお願いします。何も考えてなかったので、それだけです。
She is a lot less confident than she was that second day.
はい、それじゃあ解散します。各自開店準備始めてください。
杉浦さん、テーブルの調味料やナプキンの補充お願いね。チーフ。今日のメンバーこれだけですか？まあね、いつも人手不足で嫌になるよね。あなたにも一人前以上働いてもらわないと。それに関しては多分大丈夫だと思うんですけど。
Just tell her what's on your mind. Where's Haruki?
相変わらず自信家だよね、杉浦さん。北原さんにあれだけぺしゃんこにされておきながら。それです。何が？来ないんですか？誰が？あ、北原さん？まだ何も言ってませんが。
It's pretty obvious who you're talking about.
それくらい察してよって顔で睨んでたのに。いざ図星を刺されると嫌な顔するって何なの？睨んでなんかいませんから。あと不機嫌そうな顔は生まれつきです。
What a scary face for a baby to have.
そんだけ可愛いのにもったいない。別にそういうこと興味ありませんから。別に何も連絡ないよ、北原さん。そうですか。だいたい杉浦さんの教育担当として臨時で無理言って来てもらってたんだし、用が済んだらもう来る理由もないでしょ。結構ドライなんですね、チーフ。先輩のことあんなに頼りにしてたのに。北原さん、そろそろ就職活動も始まるだろうし、あまりこっちの都合で拘束しても悪いでしょ。
She's very mature. I really like Nakagawa-san.
それはそうかもしれないですけど。さあ、そんな細かいことは気にしない。そろそろ開店よ。細かいこと、バカ。
Aww. She cares. I see. So you started working at Goodies again. But you haven't quit that job at the publishing company yet, right? The paper you were writing sounded really difficult too, so I'm a little worried. You're not pushing yourself too hard, right? Still, I know you'll just see through others' requests to the very end no matter what I say, won't you, Haruki-kun? Actually, about a year ago, I saw you working through the windows one time when I happened to walk past the restaurant. When I happen to walk past it. That sounds so sketchy. It looked like you were lecturing the girls in there about this and that, just like you always do. Everyone looked so afraid of you, Haruki-kun. But whenever something happened, everyone knew to run to you for help. You looked really busy running between the hall and the kitchen all the time. How long was she staring through the window to be able to know all that? I guess that's just something you were born with. Even if you are a little scary, people will always want to gather around you and ask you for help. I felt really happy when I saw that. After all, it reminded me how I once knew you in the past. A side of you that you're not showing me anymore, Haruki-kun. Let's get back to where we started, shall we? Hey, will you be working during the winter break as well? If it's alright with you, and if it won't be a bother to you, then No, it's nothing important. Talk to you later. You can edit a text before you send it, so why didn't she delete those unimportant things? That's so funny and so true. Like, obviously she just wanted to leave that hint. She probably kept them there on purpose, thinking I'd be super curious about it or something. Jeez. There was the slightest bit of poison in Setsuna's text. Has she lowered her guard just a little bit? Is she starting to show her true self? If that's the case, perhaps it's a sign of good things to come, isn't it? Keeping everything to herself without saying a word, to the point where she almost bursts, and exhausting her energy to suppress it. Up until a few days ago, Setsuna's been repeating those actions non-stop, rapidly tiring herself out in the process. We can't see each other face to face, nor can we hear each other's voices, but we can still feel that we're connected. Considering our current situation, this text-only relationship might be the most comfortable solution for both of us. I mean, you can't do that forever. Be it optimistically looking forward or pessimistically running away, I'll be putting these thoughts on hold for now. The weekend lunch rush. I should just forget everything and work like I've never worked before. I wonder how she's doing right now. That didn't last long. Immediately thought about her again.
おはようございます。
え？おはようございます。待ってたっすよ、北原さん。
やっと来た。オーダーきっちり食べ込んであるから、最初から全開でお願いね、北原さん。ほら、杉浦さん凍ってない。15番テーブル呼び出しかかってるよ。チーフ、これは一体。夜のメンバーが全然足りないみたいで、今日は遅番で入ってもらったんだって。なのに昼前に来るところが北原さんだよね。なんかすっごい心待ちにしてたから言わなかったの。その方が面白いかなと思って。
Look at that sly face. Oh, she's so funny. She's so I wish she was a dateable character.
杉浦?
The certain person that I was worried about just now is trembling in front of me with a vivid blush on her face for some reason. Oh, okay, I thought he was worried about Setsuna. That makes sense, though. That makes sense, too. Was letting her go off on her own, only the third day, too much for her to handle after all?
Na, Sugiura.
あとほんの少し待っててください。すぐに終わりますから。
いや、ゆっくり噛め。消化に良くない。
The lunch rush is over, and the restaurant staff are finally able to breathe sighs of relief as we enter early afternoon. With a level of expertise far above what you would expect from someone who's only been here for 3 days, Sugiura worked flawlessly through both morning and lunch and is now enjoying her break in the staff room. And she's also voraciously digging into my cooking at the same time.
茶いるか?
I have a number of theories as to why she's eating with such abandon right now. It's very cute. It's very adorable. I wonder if it's free. Maybe she tired herself too much working so fiercely through the lunch rush that by the time she could have lunch herself, her hunger became too much to bear. Or perhaps she believes that she shouldn't be so brazen as to take her time with her breaks, given that she's still new here. Or maybe...
ごちそうさまでした。
で、話ってなんだ？
やっぱり待ち構えてたんじゃないですか。ゆっくり亀とか理解のあること言ってるふりして。
Maybe it's because Sugiura decided to drag me into the anteroom with her while I'm in the middle of my esteemed work hours, even though she's supposed to be the only one having her break right now.
もう少しだけ待ってくださいよ。
猫舌？
Nekojita. Nekojita is a funny expression in Japanese. It's like you have a cat's tongue. And for some reason, it's said that like cats are good with really, really hot temperature things. So that's how they say, are you bad with hot things?
もうしたら苦しさじゃないですか。なんでこんな嫌がらせするんですか。
別に俺は平気だけど。
Poor Kawaru. I understand. I can't drink hot things really fast either.
そんなことより話ってなんだよ。俺そろそろキッチンに戻らないと。
Sato's gaze of death as I left keeps flashing through my mind. He didn't get to take a break yet himself, after all.
じゃあ本題に入りますけど。はい。
やっぱもうちょっと待とうか。
大丈夫です。実はですね、先輩。私、このお店で立場的に追い詰められてるみたいなんです。
ああ、いじめか。反感買いそうだもんな、杉浦。
先輩が私のことをどう見ていらっしゃるかよくわかりました。
え、違うのか
And here I thought that I'd actually hit the nail on the head regarding the development that I'd been worried about and predicted would happen.
皆さん親切にしてくれてます。忙しいけどチームワークも悪くないし、初めてのバイトにしては当たり引いたかなって。
That is nice.
よかったじゃないか。
Isn't that great? Are you happy? If you ignore that completely illogical, feeling pressured comment just now, of course.
ええ、よかったんです。ただ、ちょっと可愛がられすぎちゃってるかなと。
どういう意味だ？
からかわれました。チーフに。
中川さんに？
Having finally gotten her message across, Sugiura gently nods with her eyes still downcast. I mean, I'm really proud of her for being open and honest about this, though. She's one of the only characters that is open and honest. But it seems as though she isn't too pleased with what our little sidetracked conversation involved, so her irritated look remains unchanged.
まあ、確かにそういうとこあるよな、彼女。本人に悪気はないんだけどな。
それは分かってるんですけど。
分かった。さりげなく彼女に言っておく。杉浦が困ってるって。
困ってるのは事実ですが、先輩が言っても逆効果だと思います。
なんで？
And if that's the case, why even come to me for advice in the first place? I thought for sure she wanted me to do something about it.
私はただ誤解を解きたいだけなんです。
誤解？
はい。私と先輩が付き合っているとか、そういうありえない勘違いのことです。
Aww, she's so direct and adorable.
わかった。彼女と話してくる。しっかり骨身に染みるまで言い聞かせてくるから。
だからそういうのが逆効果だって言ってるんです。
I mean, that's literally the most straightforward way to clear up the misunderstandings, to be like, hey, we're not dating.
だってそりゃないだろ、いくらなんでも。なんで俺と杉浦が？
Also, it's kind of insulting.
そういう言い方、私に対して失礼だと思います。 あえて指摘しませんけど。
Aren't you doing it right now?
いや待てよ。そもそもこうして二人きりでいることが誤解をさらに増長しているとかそういう可能性は。
そこで相談なんですけど、
You're going to write off these details just like that?
私からチーフや他の皆さんの誤解を解こうと思ってるんですけど、
どうやって？
私が北原先輩のような杓子定規で頭でっかちで融通の利かない男の人に興味を持つわけないって噛んで含めるようにしっかり。
そういう言い方、俺に対して失礼だと思わないか？あえて指摘しないけど。
Those are way different levels of disrespect. Sugira went too far, Koharu.
してますよね。
それで本当に納得させられるのか？
The audacity of this junior of mine.
確かにそれだけじゃ少し弱いと思います。だから先輩の許可をもらいたいと思って。
許可って何の？
先輩の彼女のことお店のみんなに話してもいいという許可です。
Ooh, that is definitely not okay. Not in any sense of the word.
二人とも誰とも付き合っていないけどお互いにその気がないだけじゃ説得力に欠けると思うんですよ。
Listen, let me tell you, for everybody listening, you do not need to pretend you have a girlfriend or boyfriend to reject someone. You don't need to do that. You should not need to go to that length. You should just be able to tell someone no. And you should be able to tell your coworkers, I don't like them. That's all it takes. Making up lies is just gonna dig yourself into a hole. You work there. This isn't a stranger you're lying to get them off your back. This is the people you're gonna work with like daily or weekly at the very least.
お互い別の相手がいるってのが理想ですけど、あいにくこっちは今のところ心当たりがなくて。
So make something up. Be like, hey, I'm dating a guy from school. Why does it Haruki that has to do this?
なのでここは先輩の方に折れてもらいます。異論ないですよね？
ちょっと待った！
異論ないですよね？
さっきはあえて指摘しなかったけどさ、自分の都合のいいように人の話を聞き流すなよ。
この前諦めないって約束したじゃないですか。
だからって正論を振りかざすのもどうかと思うぞ。
Just a few days ago, she certainly did tell me not to give up, and I certainly did answer her by saying that I appreciated the thought and would keep it within me. But that only meant that I've decided to do so in my heart, not that I'd be announcing it to anyone and everyone around me. Exactly. This could really not benefit his progress. It could roll him back.
何が困るんです？何もやましいことなんかないですよね。別に隠す必要のないことですよね。
相手の気持ちも確かめないうちから一人で勝手に先走ったって意味ないだろ。
小木曽に聞いた話だと3年前からずっとご両親にも公認だって。
3年前の話だよ。3年も経ってるんだよ。それから。
This slight bit of optimism, only on my end, isn't enough to simply just repair the relationship which I've destroyed without leaving any traces. It's just that I've finally decided to face my goals straight on. As of now, I don't know just how long we'll be separated from one another, and I don't know how long it'll be before we reach each other once again either.
それなら
俺が中川さんと話すから、杉浦に悪いようにはしないから。
小木曽先輩の携帯番号を教えてください。私が直接確認してみます。
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Why? Literally, why would he do that?
いい加減にしろ！
いい加減にしてほしいのはこっちの方です。
Ah,
君はどうしていつも人が触れてほしくないことばかり。
今回はこっちの事情もあります。仕方ないんです。
no, it doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. Someone teasing you for having a crush has nothing to do with his past and trying to repair his relationships. That's just childish. How many times have we argued like this already?
それ単なるきっかけだろ。本当はまた干渉したくなっただけだろ、俺たちに。
先輩がいつまでも覚悟を決めないのが悪いんです。
And she's gotten so defiant about it. If there's anything I've learned this past month, it's that whenever Sugiura's like this, she's not far from turning into an invincible champion of justice. She also tends to rant a whole lot, so we will go ahead and stop off there for today. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of White Album 2's closing chapter, and I hope to bring you more content soon in the future. Until then, I hope you take care. See you!